Shows you what losers these people are. I'm trying to hold my temper. MSNBC contributor on the verge of melting down over Trump's D.C. crime crackdown. See, Democrats are always on the wrong side of every issue. As me and Josh Manning just discussed at the end there of hour number one, when it comes to Sydney Sweeney and her jeans. She's got great jeans. She does have great jeans. She's got great butt in those jeans, and she's got beautiful face, and she's got a great figure, and she did get those jeans from her mom, I'm sure, and her grandma, I'm sure, and it runs in the family, and she looks great, and there's nothing wrong with that, and she should celebrate it, and it turns out she's a registered Republican in Hollywood. I love it. I love it. But Democrats thought that was terrible, because you're bragging about how good looking you are. They only like you if you're ugly and a loser and you don't have 5 cents to your name. And so this guy is melting down over Trump. D.C. crime crackdown. Can you imagine being that mentally disturbed that it would bother you that they're cracking down on crime in Washington? And, you know, there's a Republican conservative contributor online. I shouldn't say online, on social media, by the name of Bill Mitchell. And Bill Mitchell had a very good observation today. Here's what he said. He said, I wonder if most of you have thought about the fact that we're about to get indictments of the most famous Democrats in the world. And when those indictments come through, communist, low-class losers, like the type of person that was in Antifa and BLM, Black Lives Matter, are going to want to burn down Washington, D.C. and riot and burn down government buildings. And that could be why Trump has just taken federal control over the police and law enforcement in Washington, D.C. in anticipation, in advance of all these terrible Democrats being arrested and being put in prison. They were going to riot. And now they can't riot because the streets of Washington are being policed by National Guard and FBI. Could be. So this guy's mad. Let's find out why he's mad. Let's see. MSNBC contributor Eddie Glaude said he was refraining from losing his temper. Glaude hurled various accusations at Trump, claiming the president was not genuinely concerned with stopping crime. Chris, to be honest with you, I'm trying to hold my temper. I think there's an ongoing argument that he's having in his head with Black Lives Matter. It's got to be racist. Of course it is. There's an ongoing argument he's having with the questions around criminal justice reform. Isn't that funny? Obama had 8 years and never passed criminal justice reform and let black drug dealers rot in prison. Trump passed criminal justice reform and got lots of black people out of prison. But, of course, this is a black MSNBC contributor saying, again, that Trump is racist. He doesn't really care what's happening in D.C., he says, because he's not trying to get at the underlying root causes. He's not looking at examples of how to address rising crime rates that don't require reform of policing that leads to increased incarceration. We have to understand within the context of Donald Trump's racial politics and within the context of his effort to get deceased pedophile Jeffrey Epstein off the front pages. Well, I don't know how to tell you this. Is his name Claude? What was this guy's name? Eddie Glaude. I don't know how to tell you this, Eddie, but it is off the front pages. It is right now. Let me see if I can find it, because there is a new poll out. I don't know. I'll find it in the break, but there's a new poll out that says that basically all the people that were so angry over Epstein have moved on. And there's almost no interest in it anymore. Because Trump's done such a great job. He has pushed it off the front page. But don't forget, Trump then bent to his supporters. And he said, let's release all the grand jury transcripts around Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. And a liberal Democrat judge will not allow them to be released. How's that Trump's fault? How's that Trump's fault? It's not. Here's a story very few people know about. Peanut the squirrel. Peanut the squirrel. The owners of Peanut, a beloved squirrel, seized and euthanized by the state of New York. In other words, they raided his house and they killed his squirrel. The owners are suing for $10 million in damages over the death of their pet. New York State Department of Environmental Conservation staged a 5-hour raid at the home of Mark Longo after an anonymous complaint was lodged against Peanut's Freedom Farm, where internet sensation Peanut the squirrel was taken into custody along with his sidekick, Fred the raccoon, and the state euthanized both animals in order to test for rabies. So now they kill you to test for rabies. They killed a man's pets and animals because some anonymous person complained, and they raided him for 5 hours. Just this is government, man. Nasty, big brother, murdering government. I wouldn't worry much about a squirrel and a raccoon. I'd worry about millions of people dead from the COVID vaccine. Millions. And in Alberta, which is supposed to be the conservative province of Canada, they're trying in the next 4 days to ban ivermectin. No one's allowed to use it when the next big pandemic comes along, even though it works beautifully. They want to kill us. They really do. Sponsor of this show, VRA, Vertical Research Advisory. Just go to VRA. Just go to VRAinsider.com. You automatically get the best-selling book of Kip Herriage, best-selling book, The Big Bribe, automatically free, and you get 2 weeks of his newsletter automatically free. The guy is like Nostradamus. He's got a crystal ball. He's amazing. Never guides me wrong, ever. Now you get the same advice as I get from Kip Herriage I've gotten for 22 years, and you get it free for 2 weeks. You decide. What do you got to lose? Nothing. It's free. VRAinsider.com.
In every thread, in every stitch, Honorbound USA weaves the fabric of the American spirit. It's not just apparel, it's a testament to God, family, and country. At Honorbound USA, we're a family of patriots who put our faith, family, and America first. When you visit our website, you'll find a line of products that embody our commitment to pray, stand, speak, and act. As the official site for the Untamed podcast, all of our products proclaim speaking the truth with courage. We also have the powerful documentary from Professor David Clements, Let My People Go. Identify yourself as one of the few who are willing to stand for what they believe in. Join the Honorbound USA family today. Wear it as a badge of honor, commitment to the values that shape us, and a pledge to the bright future we will build together. Because when you're honor-bound, you're not just wearing a brand, you're embodying a lifestyle.
What would you say if we told you you could reverse most any ailment or symptom
without painful exercises in just 88 days? We have created the only patent-pending intercellular hydration protocol.
Don't miss your opportunity to feel better. We know there's a lot of false hope out there, and many people have bought programs that work for a moment, but life's a lot longer than a moment.
We have been helping people gain intercellular hydration for nearly 3 decades.
You will lose fat, not weight, fat. Fast, including that killer visceral fat. Chronic dehydration is one of the root causes of many ailments and symptoms. Ask your doctor about Energized Health. Don't miss your opportunity to transform your health now.
Go to the website below or scan the QR code to learn more.
Possible side effects may include increased joy, energy, potential reduction in prescriptions, more fulfilling relationships, fewer doctor visits, and overall improved quality of health and life.
Hi, I'm Joe, Supreme Leader of DCF Guns. What is DCF Guns, you ask? We're the best damn gun store and range in the universe. Do we have guns? We have all the guns. We got small guns. We got big guns. We even have beastly guns. We offer all types of training, and we have 5 ranges across our 3 locations. I'm a good shot. And of course, we have all types of ammo. We even have flamethrowers. Woo! We offer incredible membership opportunities, and members save even more on guns, ammo, and accessories. Military, both active and retired, and first responders get up to 40% off memberships. Come join the DCF family today, where we keep the range hot and the deals hotter. It's hot.
$10 billion are stolen every year from Americans by online scammers. Every day, millions of people fall victim to online threats. Over 30 million spam calls are made per day in America, with over 50% of daily emails being considered spam. And that's not all. On average, over 40% of devices are vulnerable to hackers, and each person in America has 10 passwords stolen per year. Can you imagine having unrecoverable credit card debt? Your savings drained to zero, your home foreclosed on, your identity stolen and ruined. Your entire life, poof, gone. Introducing Safe and Secure. With the advanced programs, you'll be able to stay in control and keep hackers out. Don't let the cyber criminals win. Safe and Secure. Shield against hackers and embrace peace of mind. Visit PadoxaSNS.com for more information and to learn how to keep yourself protected.
Hi, this is Wayne Alaroot. If you're sick and tired of supporting woke companies, I have great news for you. You don't have to anymore. You can shop where my family shops at GreatPatriotStore.com. My team researched thousands of companies for my best-selling book, The Great Patriot Boycott Book, and one stood out above all, GreatPatriotStore.com. This is the answer to inflation. Hundreds of household products that you're already buying. Much higher quality, no toxic chemicals, delivered right to your door at incredible prices. 20,000 American families are joining every month, and you should too. And now they've got the beef, pasture raised with no hormones, antibiotics, or mRNA ever, exclusively available only to their members. Like Costco or Sam's Club, you need to become a member. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. Fill out the form and they'll contact you right away. And boom, you're a member. For a limited time, the annual membership is $1. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. That's GreatPatriotStore.com. The root is on fire. By the way, it's confirmed now that Vladimir Zelensky is not invited to Friday's Trump-Putin Alaska summit. There will be no Zelensky there. No Zelensky there. That's good news. Vladimir Putin will be there, but not Zelensky. Did I say Vladimir for Zelensky? It's Volodymyr Zelensky will not be there. Vladimir will be there. Putin. And that's the way it should be. I wouldn't want him at the table because he doesn't want peace. He has no interest in peace. He reminds me so much. I don't know if anyone has said this. Remember Yasser Arafat and also the leaders of Hamas today? They all don't want peace with Israel. They want war because they get rich off of controversy. They get rich off of war. They get rich off of death. They have no interest in a two-state solution. They have no interest in peace. Only death makes them rich. If the people are riled up and wanting to kill Jews, then they make money. Ukraine, same thing. If people are riled up and they want a war with Russia, then they make money. Zelensky gets the United States to give him money, which I hope is coming to an end. I hope Trump withholds the money, but if the United States gives him money because of war, but if there was no war, he wouldn't get money. So, and they skim it off the top, just like the mafia used to in Las Vegas. You know, Zelensky skims it off the top. All right. Trump to nominate longtime labor statistics critic as the head of the BLS. Trump shocked the world by firing the head of the BLS, Erica McEntire-Farr, who was a 2023 Biden appointee, following a weak jobs report which saw the biggest negative revision outside of COVID and prompted Trump to allege that the agency's economic data was rigged. I've said that for a long time. Everything's rigged. Do you realize as Trump announced that he was federalizing Washington, D.C. and bringing in the troops and the National Guard and the FBI and everything else, at that very moment, every Democrat had the same, they were all reading from the same script. There's no Washington, D.C. crime. There's no increase in crime. Crime is down. Everything's great and hunky-dory in Washington. No, it's not hunky-dory. As a matter of fact, I just saw this story moments ago. Hold on, let me find it for you. Harmeet Dillon, just in, a homeless person tries to rob Harmeet Dillon in Washington, D.C. Crime isn't down. Ask anyone who just got mugged, anyone who almost got killed. Justice Department official Harmeet Dillon revealed, she's been a guest on the show, by the way, that a homeless man in D.C. almost robbed her as she was walking to the DOJ on Tuesday afternoon. The vagrant verbally accosted Dillon and demanded she hand over her water bottle. Dillon was almost robbed as she walked from an appointment at DOJ. Homeless person attempted to swipe my phone today while I was walking in D.C. back to the DOJ from an appointment. But he was not in his right mind, and I artfully dodged the attempt. It'll be a while till things feel safe in the city, so everyone stay alert. So, look, we need the National Guard in New York. We need them in L.A. We need them in Newark. We need them in Baltimore. We need them in Chicago. We need them in Detroit. We need them in L.A. Everywhere in this country where Democrats are in charge. Need them in Portland. Need them in Seattle. Need them in Milwaukee. Every big city run by Democrats for the last 50 years is a crap hole, is a place where no one is safe. Not in school, not on your front porch, not walking a block from your home, not going to dinner once it's dark out. Nobody is safe. And yet they claimed, all these Democrats claim Washington is safe, everything's fine, Trump's exaggerating. So how can you believe it when the head of BLS appointed by Biden says, hey, lots of jobs under Biden, and we found out those were all made up. They were all fake jobs and jobs for illegal aliens. And now that same person puts out a report that says no jobs under Trump. It's all rigged. It's all been rigged. The elections are rigged. The numbers are rigged. The police files are rigged. The FBI files are rigged. America has been in the last 4 years under Biden, worst crime spree maybe in history. Things that degenerated so badly in big cities. And you know the reason the FBI reports that crime is down? Because none of the big cities run by Democrats reported their crimes to the FBI. So that's why crime is down. If you're only counting Republican cities, crime is down. What a joke. Diabetes Reversal Group is the sponsor of this segment of the show. Diabetes is the scourge of our time. It'll destroy your body. It'll destroy your bank account. It'll destroy this country's healthcare system. Type 2 diabetes can cause blindness, kidney failure, heart attack, stroke, amputation, Alzheimer's, dementia, ED, and cancer. 37 million Americans have diabetes. A stunning 98 million are pre-diabetic and predisposed to getting it. But I have fantastic news. Diabetes Reversal Group, DRG, has the only patent system in the world that reverses type 2 diabetes, and they will guarantee it. They guarantee results after following their program. If your A1C isn't 5.9 or lower, taking no diabetic meds, you get a 100% refund plus $1,000 just for trying it. You have nothing to lose. You're going to make $1,000 if it fails. It will not fail. Go to reversemydiabetesfast.com. Reversemydiabetesfast.com. Hi, this is Wayne Alaroot. If you're sick and tired of supporting woke companies, I have great news for you. You don't have to anymore. You can shop where my family shops at GreatPatriotStore.com. My team researched thousands of companies for my best-selling book, The Great Patriot Boycott Book, and one stood out above all, GreatPatriotStore.com. This is the answer to inflation. Hundreds of household products that you're already buying. Much higher quality, no toxic chemicals, delivered right to your door at incredible prices. 20,000 American families are joining every month, and you should too. And now they've got the beef, pasture raised with no hormones, antibiotics, or mRNA ever, exclusively available only to their members. Like Costco or Sam's Club, you need to become a member. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. Fill out the form and they'll contact you right away. And boom, you're a member. For a limited time, the annual membership is $1. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. That's GreatPatriotStore.com. All right, welcome back. My guest is Dr. Christine Burke. She is a triple board certified medical physician, 32 years of experience, published author, associate professor of preventative medicine at Loma Linda School of Medicine, and she is the chief medical officer for Diabetes Reversal Group, which has the only patented system in the world that reverses type 2 diabetes, and they guarantee results. Dr. Burke, how do you define reversing type 2 diabetes?
So type 2 diabetes is reversed when you have a hemoglobin A1C of 5.9 or lower, and you're taking no diabetic medications, including insulin, to achieve that. That's what we do.
What are the most common side effects of type 2 diabetes?
Lots of side effects. Blurred vision that can lead to retinopathy or blindness, kidney problems that can lead to dialysis, heart problems that could lead to heart attack or stroke, erectile dysfunction in men, neuropathy in the feet that could lead to amputation. Plus, diabetics are twice as likely to develop Alzheimer's and dementia and 50% more likely to get cancer. That's why it's really critical to reverse your type 2 diabetes so you can prevent all these complications.
What about the latest craze with Ozempic and all these other drugs like it, these diet drugs, weight loss drugs? Tell us the story.
So those are called GLP-1 agonists like Ozempic. Those are the latest trendy meds. But, when you're looking at diabetes and weight loss, they can be effective, but they also have side effects. And that's already led to some class action lawsuits being filed due to the damage that they can cause. And they're also forever medications. Almost everyone has to continue to take them forever to maintain the benefit. And our patients, they don't want to take medications forever. They want to get healthier. They want to get off all of their medications for good. And that's what we help them with.
Now, with your program, you guarantee results. Guarantee. How does that work?
So if someone follows our program as directed and their diabetes isn't reversed, they get a 100% refund plus $1,000 just for trying it. So they really have nothing to lose by trying our program. We're so confident in this methodology.
How can people learn about your patented type 2 diabetes reversal program?
Well, we offer several free webinars every week where people can learn all about our program. And to register, they can just go to reversemydiabetesfast.com.
Reversemydiabetesfast.com. Reversemydiabetesfast.com. Go there. Dr. Christine Burke, she is the medical director of the Diabetes Reversal Group. We appreciate you coming on the show. Reversemydiabetesfast.com. Hi, I'm Wayne LaRoute for Vertical Research Advisory, VRA, Kip Herridge's one-of-a-kind global investment and economic newsletter. Listen up! Trump is in charge. The glory days are here.
Growth rates are only going to grow from here.
This is your 4-year window to make a fortune and set up your retirement for the rest of your life. Kip wins whether the markets are up or down, whether the economy is up or down.
We set our folks up for long-term success.
For 21 years, Kip's been a friend, as well as my personal financial advisor. During that time, he's beaten the markets 86% of the time, while the average Wall Street money manager loses to the market 90% of the time. Now Kip is predicting a new golden age for the economy. Let Kip prove it to you for free. Kip's offering his daily VRA investment letter completely free for 2 weeks. Free for 2 weeks. Try it for 2 weeks. I know you'll stay for life. Join now at VRAinsider.com.
Every day, millions of people fall victim to online threats. Over 30 million spam calls are made per day in America, with over 50% of daily emails being considered spam. Introducing Safe and Secure. With the advanced programs, you'll be able to stay in control and keep hackers out. Don't let the cyber criminals win. Safe and Secure. Shield against hackers and embrace peace of mind.
Hi, this is Andy Ross, CEO of American Rebel. We just launched America's patriotic, God-fearing, Constitution-loving, national anthem-singing, stand-your-ground beer with overwhelming success. We're going after our share of the $110 billion beer market. Some say we're the fastest-growing beer in U.S. history. We just say it tastes like freedom. Check us out on NASDAQ, AREB. American Rebel is the only beer we're drinking round here.
The Root is on fire. We got a great guest. I mentioned this to start the show. Let me get the exact number that President Trump has so far cut illegal alien population by an astonishing $1.6 million since taking off. $1.6 million. 1.6 million illegals since taking office. I'm so used to praising him for his economic mastery, but this one is about the border. 1.6 million illegals are not in the United States anymore after only 6 months. So he's doing a great job, as good a job as you could do. And let me point out to you that the big, beautiful bill that just passed had a lot to do with illegal immigration. He got himself billions and billions of dollars. The money that he's now got available to hire thousands of new agents and deport these people is more money than the entire military budget of almost every country in the world. So Trump is doing a hell of a job getting the illegals out of the country. But it's not a perfect job because he needs more help, he needs more agents, and he needs to overcome all these judges' rulings that are trying to insurrection judges, I'd call them, trying to perform a coup. Like, who cares what a district judge thinks? He wasn't elected to be the president of the United States. Why does he have veto power over the president? So we got to figure out an answer to that. Ben Bergquam is with us, host of Law and Border on Real America's Voice TV, founder of FrontlineAmerica.com. Ben Bergquam, welcome to my show. How are you, man?
Hey, Wayne. Great to be back with you. Doing well.
Where are you? Is that beautiful Arkansas behind you?
No, it's a little greener in Arkansas. We're actually visiting family in California. This is where we moved from when we moved back to America. So we actually lived in a pretty beautiful part of California. It's just been overtaken by the radical leftists in San Francisco and LA. So it's unlivable. But we come back twice a year and spend a month with the family. And so I'm here doing that now. We'll be heading back down to the border tomorrow, linking back up with Border Patrol and sheriffs and law enforcement down here in these sanctuary cities. So a lot to talk about in California. And as you're saying, President Trump, what he's doing across America, the biggest threat we have in our whole country are the enemies within this nation who are working to undermine everything he's doing.
Yeah, I come from New York, but I lived 13 years in California. I moved from New York, where I was born and raised, to Los Angeles. I lived there 13 years, and I got away from it 23 years ago. I've been in Vegas for the last 23 years, never regretted a minute. Love it here. But it is beautiful in California. I may hate the state, I may hate the people, the policies and what Democrats stand for in California, but I certainly appreciate the natural beauty. It's hard to have a more beautiful state from top to bottom than California. San Diego, Carmel, Monterey, Malibu, Santa Barbara. I mean, that state is beautiful. It's so sad that they ruined it.
Yeah.
Because someone like me would have lived there the rest of my life, and they ruined it.
I know. It is. It's idyllic just about everywhere you go, except for the bums, the illegals, and the feces on the street. And every time there's a crime, it's the law-abiding citizen that gets screwed and the criminal gets out. So, outside of that, it's an incredible place. But just like everything, as President Trump says, once you go woke, everything woke turns to, you know what? And that's sadly what has happened in this state. Once the great gem of America, the shining city on a hill, as Reagan called it. And now we've become just the worst of the worst because of people like Gavin Newsom and Karen Bass down in LA and the rest of them.
Third world crap hole. That's what the cities of California are. Third world crap holes that remind me of the worst hellholes in Mexico and Haiti, and name all the crappy countries out there that
That's right.
can't compete with the United States in a million years, but they've just destroyed our cities. So where have you been recently, and where are you headed this week, and what have you seen, Ben Bergquam?
Well, we continue to do the ops with ICE. I'll actually be linking back up with them possibly this week, but for sure the end of the month. And ICE operations, a lot of people call them raids. They're very specific. They call them operations. They are not slowing down. They're increasing. We just saw that big announcement with President Trump yesterday, federalizing law enforcement in places like D.C. But we're seeing that across America. We're in cities. If you're not going to do your own policing, if you're not going to put the citizens of your city and your state first and protect them, then the federal government is going to do what its role is in protecting the Constitution and the citizens of this nation. And so we're going to be linking up with ICE, continuing to do that, continuing the operations. And I have some exciting stuff coming down the line. I can't talk about it yet, but working with Tom Homan on it. And it'll be, in the next days and if not weeks coming up. So next up, we just had our last episode of Law and Border, and we're going to be having our next one where we're down in Culiacan, Mexico. And again, the same thing that we're seeing, President Trump attacking the cartels. Now you've got this President Scheinbaum saying that, we're not getting American troops in Mexico. Well, sorry, lady, if you're going to be sold out to the cartels, we've got to fight them here in America. We also have to fight them wherever they are. And so all of that is happening, and we're living through it. 4 years of the invasion of Joe Biden. Now we're seeing the beginning of the 4 years of the restoration of America, and we're going to be bringing as much of it as we possibly can to expose what's actually happened and counteract the fake news and the lies of the mainstream media.
Remember, Ben, they control everything. They control the mainstream media. They control, and by the way, you're on the mainstream media. They control the mainstream media. They control social media. They control Google. Everything you look up, it only gives you, liberal talking points. They have the education system. They have all the colleges. They've got the lawyers. They've got the AMA. They've got everything, and yet. We got the presidency, we got the House, we got the Senate, we got the Supreme Court, we got the governorships, we got the state legislatures. We control everything while they control all the information. So all I could say is that they screwed themselves. If they don't have to be moderate. They could be center left, and they probably control everything as they did for years. But they're not center left. They're crazy. They're insane. Who gambles your party on illegal alien murderers and gangbangers? Who gambles your party on pedophiles? Who gambles your party on transgenders? It's so weird and it's so bizarre and it's so strange that the American people have pulled back and said, this is too weird for me. They could have beaten Trump if they had been normal, but they aren't normal, and that's their undoing. That's their undoing.
Yeah, no, it was the end of the slippery slope. And, this started 50 years ago, really started in the roaring 20s with the whole movement, separatist movement in America. And we saw that. Now you've seen all of that come to fruition. And it was really Obama who launched it. All the other presidents and governors and mayors, they were communists, they were leftists, they were moving that direction, but they did it in the shadows, and they wouldn't allow that to be seen to the people. They would come out and say, oh, no, we're not communists. That's conspiracy theory. And now Obama came along and said, well, I've got this kryptonite. The color of my skin is the only thing that people seem to care about. So I can do whatever, say whatever, and I can unveil what we're actually all about. And by doing that, he really unleashed this communist, leftist, woke, godless, evil agenda across America. And all these other, really the base of the Democrat Party came out and said, well, we can do it too. And so I don't know how they put that back. I don't know how they undo that, because it is. Now you're at this point, the tipping point where you went down that slippery slope. You allowed everything, and now you've got the most reprobate people in your party that are leading the party, and now you're going to try to go back to them and say, sorry, guys, we can't have you talking like that. We can't have you doing that. We can't have you supporting that. And more power to them. Keep going, because if anything, we need 50 years of MAGA to turn this country around, not just 4. So my message to the Democrats and the leftists is just keep doing what you're doing, and we'll start saving the country, and we'll start taking places like California back and the rest of the country back, and we'll do what you couldn't do. We'll actually save it instead of destroy it.
And that's the argument, by the way, that when a moderate candidate runs on the Democrat line and they try and act like, I don't know if they are moderate, but they try and act like they're normal and they're moderate and they love God and family and the military, all you have to do is say to them, then why are you a Democrat? You're with the party of crazy people. You're with the party of transgenders. You're with the party of illegals. You're with the party of MS-13. You're with the party of weirdos. And that's the end of them. So they can argue that they're moderate individuals. Certain individuals can argue they're moderate, but they can't shake. Then why are you in this party? That's what this party stands for. Why did you choose this party? Right? The lieutenant governor of Georgia, who was an anti-Trumper, a hateful guy. I couldn't stand him from the beginning. He just announced he's leaving the Republican Party to become a Democrat.
Good riddance.
Who in their right mind would leave to be a Democrat? Can you imagine?
Well, look, if you're a
question
child molester, if you're a transgender, mental illness, if you like illegal aliens, if you're paid off by the cartels, there's a whole bunch of reasons. None of them are good, though.
Very scary. Can you imagine changing from Republican to Democrat at this point in time? How desperate he must be. My gosh. So last question. ICE Houston arrests more than 150 gang members, I should say gangbangers maybe, but gang members in Houston, including convicted murderers, child predators, one migrant re-entering the U.S. 40 times. This is what Democrats are arguing against. They don't want this to happen. And I think almost every normal person in America is thrilled to see this.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just riding with ICE Houston not too long ago, and we saw it. And I was actually just in that community, Plum Grove, just outside of Houston, where it's basically an entire community developed for illegal aliens. The average American wants them all gone. And the irony is you have the mainstream media going after and supporting Abrego Garcia to get him back from El Salvador, an MS-13 gang member.
Crazy.
And then the mainstream media flips and says, oh, no, this guy's probably bad. This is what we're up against. And again, all I can say, Wayne, is Democrats, keep doing it, and we're going to keep going with MAGA. The MAGA train is not stopping.
They're the gift that keeps on giving, like herpes. That's right. Democrat Party equals herpes.
It's herpes.
All right, Ben, we got to run. Ben Bergquam is a great guy and a brave guy and shows such incredible courage and a great patriot who risks his life for his country, hanging out with ICE in some of the most dangerous places in America and outside of America. Host of Law and Border on Real America's Voice, my network, founder of Frontline America. Be safe. God be with you, Ben.
God bless you as well, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
We will be right back. Don't go anywhere.
In every thread, in every stitch, Honor-Bound USA weaves the fabric of the American spirit. It's not just apparel, it's a testament to God, family, and country. At Honor-Bound USA, we're a family of patriots who put our faith, family, and America first. When you visit our website, you'll find a line of products that embody our commitment to pray, stand, speak, and act. As the official site for the Untamed podcast, all of our products proclaim speaking the truth with courage. We also have the powerful documentary from Professor David Clements, Let My People Go. Identify yourself as one of the few who are willing to stand for what they believe in. Join the Honor-Bound USA family today. Wear it as a badge of honor, commitment to the values that shape us, and a pledge to the bright future we will build together. Because when you're honor-bound, you're not just wearing a brand, you're embodying a lifestyle.
What would you say if we told you you could reverse most any ailment or symptom
without painful exercises in just 88 days? We have created the only patent-pending intercellular hydration protocol.
Don't miss your opportunity to feel better. We know there's a lot of false hope out there, and many people have bought programs that work for a moment, but life's a lot longer than a moment.
We have been helping people gain intercellular hydration for nearly 3 decades.
You will lose fat, not weight, fast, including that killer visceral fat. Chronic dehydration is one of the root causes of many ailments and symptoms. Ask your doctor about Energized Health. Don't miss your opportunity to transform your health now.
Go to the website below or scan the QR code to learn more.
Possible side effects may include increased joy, energy, potential reduction in prescriptions, more fulfilling relationships, fewer doctor visits, and overall improved quality of health and life.
Hi, I'm Joe, Supreme Leader of DCF Guns. What is DCF Guns, you ask? We're the best damn gun store and range in the universe. Do we have guns? We have all the guns. We got small guns. We got big guns. We even have beastly guns. We offer all types of training, and we have 5 ranges across our 3 locations. I'm a good shot. And of course, we have all types of ammo. We even have flamethrowers. Woo! We offer incredible membership opportunities, and members save even more on guns, ammo, and accessories. Military, both active and retired, and first responders get up to 40% off memberships. Come join the DCF family today, where we keep the range hot and the deals hotter. It's hot.
$10 billion are stolen every year from Americans by online scammers. Every day, millions of people fall victim to online threats. Over 30 million spam calls are made per day in America, with over 50% of daily emails being considered spam. And that's not all. On average, over 40% of devices are vulnerable to hackers, and each person in America has 10 passwords stolen per year. Can you imagine having unrecoverable credit card debt? Your savings drained to zero, your home foreclosed on, your identity stolen and ruined, your entire life, poof, gone. Introducing Safe and Secure. With the advanced programs, you'll be able to stay in control and keep hackers out. Don't let the cyber criminals win. Safe and Secure. Shield against hackers and embrace peace of mind. Visit PadoxaSNS.com for more information and to learn how to keep yourself protected.
Hi, This is Wayne Allen Root. If you're sick and tired of supporting woke companies, I have great news for you. You don't have to anymore. You can shop where my family shops at GreatPatriotStore.com. My team researched thousands of companies for my best-selling book, The Great Patriot Boycott Book, and one stood out above all, GreatPatriotStore.com. This is the answer to inflation. Hundreds of household products that you're already buying. Much higher quality, no toxic chemicals, delivered right to your door at incredible prices. 20,000 American families are joining every month, and you should too. And now they've got the beef, pasture raised with no hormones, antibiotics, or mRNA ever, exclusively available only to their members. Like Costco or Sam's Club, you need to become a member. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. Fill out the form and they'll contact you right away. And boom, you're a member. For a limited time, the annual membership is $1. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com. That's GreatPatriotStore.com. Alan Roots, I am with you on the War Zone. You have entered the War Zone, presented by the Gateway Pundit, #1 MAGA website in the world. 2.5 million unique readers every single day. Over 1 billion page views last year, and headed for breaking those records by a mile this year. Way up over this year over last year. I was someone who said often and early that President Trump, when he gets reelected, should fire the 85,000 new IRS agents and hire 85,000 new ICE and Border Patrol agents. And it seems like it's happening. I know he cut off the funding for the IRS, and now Trump's ICE recruitment drive surges past 100,000 applicants, and he's offering them as much as a $50,000 signing bonus. Wow, unbelievable. And other incentives. 80,000 applications by August 6th has now surpassed 100,000. Kristi Noem, head of DHS, said our country is calling you to serve at ICE. In the wake of the Biden administration's failed immigration policies, your country needs dedicated men and women of ICE to get the worst of the worst criminals out of our country. And by the way, to my knowledge, they've taken the age limits off. So, like, as an example, you or me or anybody else, 50, 60 years old, 7 years old, you could become an ICE agent. This is the defining moment in our nation's history. Your skills, your experience, and your courage have never been more essential. Together, we must defend the homeland. They're offering signing bonuses of $50,000, student loan repayment or forgiveness, and additional benefits to attract qualified candidates. Wow. Unbelievable. And that's all came from the big, beautiful bill. See, people didn't want the big, beautiful bill to pass because they said, oh, my God, it's more debt, it's more this, it's more that. And I said, wait, first of all, you know what debt is? Spending is debt. You know what is not debt? Giving people back more of their own money or letting them keep more of their own money. The big, beautiful bill keeps the biggest tax cut in history in place instead of replacing it with the biggest tax increase. When you take my money, that's not adding to debt. When you let me keep more of my money, I should say, that's not adding to debt. When you take more of my money, that's not saving the country, that's stealing money from me. So the big, beautiful bill let people keep more of their own money, and then, of course, added in no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, my idea, no tax on Social Security. They didn't do, but they did a new $6,000 deduction. I think that came from my idea. We kind of shamed them into it. But they also set aside billions and billions and billions of dollars for building the wall bigger and better and for recruiting new ICE agents and border agents. And that is huge, and the average person didn't understand it. Speaking of not understanding something, the Capitol Police Chief doesn't understand anything. Washington, D.C. Police Chief Pamela A. Smith was humiliated today after revealing she apparently doesn't know what the term chain of command means. During a press conference, a reporter asked Smith, do you know what the chain of command is now? Referring to President Trump having deployed National Guard troops to the Capitol to restore law and order. Smith looked puzzled and responded, what does that mean? She doesn't know what chain of command is. This is called affirmative action, man. You're hiring the wrong people, boy. Wow. This woman is 57 years old, and she's the chief of police, and she doesn't know what chain of command is. What a travesty. How sad for her. You know what she reminds me of? The person who was in charge of the Secret Service when Trump almost died that day in Butler. And she was another one that was hired because she was a radical, I believe, lesbian, if I'm not mistaken. I believe she was a lesbian. And she had no right to be the head of Secret Service. These are not talented people. I'm not saying there are no talented lesbians. I'm saying that lesbian wasn't talented. She got her job just because she's a lesbian. You know, I'm just a guy with common sense. I saw in the New York Post, there's this big story about this gorgeous blonde, beautiful blue eyes, blonde hair, gorgeous. And she died on a boat in the marina in Montauk, Long Island. And she had her own clothing line that was being sold in the Hamptons. And she was about to get married. She just got divorced, and she was about to get married to her new, her fiance, about to be her husband. And she gets murdered. And today we found out she died. It looks like, it's still not official, but they've ruled out violence. They say she died most probably of a drug overdose. She was on the yacht of a millionaire, and she was doing cocaine with him. And she told her new husband-to-be, I will be home by 1 o'clock in the morning. See what I mean about common sense? Any woman that would go to the yacht of another man, let alone a rich man, and stay there till 1 in the morning and call me and tell me I'll be home at 1 would not be my wife. People don't have common sense. Is this guy, what's wrong with this guy? You let your wife go to the yacht of a millionaire and you're wondering why she's dead now. If she wasn't dead, she would just be cheating with the guy. She was probably cheating and doing drugs with the guy, but we'll never know that. But who would let their wife-to-be do that? People have no common sense, and those people are called liberals. New poll exposes trouble for rivals in the New York City mayoral race. This Mondami is so far ahead that it doesn't matter who drops out. No one's going to beat him. He's ahead by a mile. The people of New York have no common sense. And we're going to use this as a big issue in 2026 and 2028. So that's good. Good. Let Mondami win. Be the best issue we ever had. Great Patriot Store is the sponsor of this show. They are the answer to inflation. Hundreds of household and personal products you're already buying at your local supermarket or Amazon or Costco or Walmart. Now you can buy online at GreatPatriotStore.com, but their products are much less expensive, higher quality, no toxic chemicals, all made in the USA, delivered to your door at incredible prices. This is how you beat inflation. Go to GreatPatriotStore.com, GreatPatriotStore.com. You also get $100 in free store credit to start. Check it out, GreatPatriotStore.com. Have a great night. God bless you. God bless America. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.